I want you to play a game with me today. I'm going to list something, and I want you to count on your fingers how many of these you have right now. Not how many you've thought about building, not how many you've added to a list and never looked at again, but how many you have. Ready? A course someone pays to access. A coaching program generating monthly revenue. A consulting retainer. A book with your name on it. A speaking fee. A paid community. A digital download selling while you sleep. A group program running right now with a cohort inside of it. A newsletter someone pays to read. A licensing deal where someone pays to use your framework. A mastermind, a workshop, a corporate training contract, an affiliate income stream, a podcast monetized beyond ads, an AI product built on your expertise, a signature event, a certification program other people pay to get accredited in. 18 things. How many fingers did you put up? If you put up 0, this video is going to change how you see the next 5 years of your life. If you put up 1 or 2, this video is going to make you realize you've been leaving a fortune on the table. If you put up 5 or more, you are already a trailblazer, and we need to talk about how to stack and automate what you've already built. Because here's what the creator economy data is showing us right now in 2026. And I want you to hear this number clearly. The global creator economy is valued at over $200 billion and is on track to surpass $800 billion by the early 2030s. $200 billion. And the people capturing the most of that are not the famous ones. They are the ones who stopped relying on one stream, who stopped building on rented land, who stopped waiting for the algorithm and built something they own. Today, I'm giving you 18 doors. All you have to decide is which ones to walk through. Let's go. So let's summarize where we've been so far. Day 1, the institution is not safe. Day 2, here's why you keep hiding. Day 3, here's what you already own. Day 4, here's exactly how to package it. Today, day 5, is the abundance video. This is the day the scope of what's possible becomes undeniable. Because one of the most paralyzing beliefs I see in smart, experienced people is the quiet assumption that there is basically one way to monetize expertise. Maybe 2 if they're feeling creative. You teach a course or do coaching. That's it. That's the menu in most people's minds. And that menu has been keeping them small. Because what I've spent years watching, building, automating, and stacking across my own business and inside the businesses of people I've worked with is that expertise doesn't have one income stream. It has 18. And most people are using one. Today, I'm handing you all 18. Some of these you can build this week. Some of these are 6-month projects. Some of these will still be generating revenue 10 years from now while you sleep. Let's go through every single one. Stream 1, the signature course. This is the one everyone knows about and the one most people build wrong. A signature course is not a collection of everything you know dumped into modules. It is a structured transformation, a beginning, a middle, and an end, with a specific outcome waiting at the finish line. The research is clear on this one right now. Build the transformation. Map the before and after. Build the content that bridges the gap. The price range, $197 to $2,000 for self-paced and $2,000 to $10,000 for coach cohort experience. What you need to start? Your framework, your outcome, a platform, Kajabi is what I use and recommend. Stream 2, group coaching program. And this is what Trailblazers is. And I will tell you exactly why it's the most powerful model for where most of you are right now. Group coaching gives you leverage. Instead of trading 1 hour of your time for one client's progress, you trade 1 hour of your time for 20 clients' progress. The income per hour of your time multiplies without you working more hours. The research from 2026 is consistent. A 12-week group coaching program with a defined outcome, weekly sessions, and a proven framework commands $500 to $2,000 per participant, sometimes more. At 20 participants per cohort, that's $10,000 to $40,000 in one revenue event. Price range, $500 to $5,000 per participant, depending on access level, outcome specificity, and your authority positioning. What you need to start? A cohort, a container, a curriculum, a coaching structure. That's it. Stream 3, one-on-one coaching or consulting. This is the fastest stream to turn on because it requires the least infrastructure. You, them, the Zoom link, and outcome. But here's the trap most people fall into. They price it by the hour instead of by the outcome. And they cap their income by the number of hours in the day. The move is to sell packages, not sessions. A 3-month engagement with a defined deliverable, not 10 sessions that end whenever the sessions end. Price range, $500 to $5,000 per month for ongoing consulting, $3,000 to $25,000 for project-based engagements. What you need to start? A clear niche, a defined outcome, a contract, a calendar. Stream 4, the book. I'm going to say something about this that might surprise you. The book is not primarily an income stream. The book is a conversion engine for every other income stream on the list. I told you the story on day 2. I lost a speaking opportunity, not because I was unqualified, but because I didn't have a book. The person who got it was less capable and more credentialed on paper. A book does something that no other asset does. It signals that you have organized your thinking into something worth keeping. It is a physical artifact of your intellectual property. And it filters your audience because someone who buys your book is already a warm prospect for everything else you offer. No net worth is $29.99. It's not going to fund my retirement by itself. But every person who reads it and finishes it is 3 to 5 times more likely to enroll in Trailblazers than someone who found me another way. That is the math of the book. Price range, $15 to $30 for a physical one, $7 to $20 for an ebook. The real value is in what it unlocks downstream. What you need to start? Your framework, a writing practice, a publishing decision, traditional, hybrid, or self-published. Stream 5, speaking fees. This one is severely underutilized by people who are already being asked to speak for free. If people are already inviting you to stages, panels, podcasts, and events, you have a speaking market. You are not just charging it yet. The creator economy data right now shows something important. AI is making live, human, in-person expertise more valuable, not less. Because when everything can be generated, the room wants to know there's a real person with real scars and real wisdom behind your message. Your speaking fee is a positioning decision before it's a pricing decision. Start with a number that feels slightly uncomfortable. That discomfort means it's in the right range. Price range, $500 to $2,500 for emerging speakers. $5,000 to $25,000 for established authorities. $50,000 plus for household names. Most of you reading this are in the $2,500 to $10,000 range and don't even know it yet. What you need to start? A signature talk, a speaker one sheet, and a yes to the first paid opportunity. Stream 6, a paid community or membership. This is the recurring revenue stream that changes the financial texture of your entire business. Here's the problem most people have with communities. They build them wrong. They create a Facebook group, throw some content in, and wonder why nobody stays. The paid communities with the lowest churn in 2026 share three things. A defined transformation the community is built around, a consistent weekly structure members can plan around, and peer engagement so strong that leaving feels like a genuine loss. That's the community you build, not a chat room, a destination. Price range? $29 to $97 a month for most expert niches. $200 and above when members can directly attribute business or financial outcomes to their membership. What you need to start? Theme. A weekly rhythm. A founding member offer to seed the community before it feels full. Stream 7. Digital products and downloads. Templates. Toolkits. Frameworks. Swipe files. Prompt library. Workbooks. Checklists. These are the quiet income streams that sell at 2 a.m. when you're asleep and require zero of your time after they're built. The research on this one just published this month is striking. AI tools now allow creators to produce higher quality digital products faster than ever, making this the highest margin income stream available to most creators. A well-produced, niche-specific template bundle that would have sold for $27 in 2022 now commands $67 to $97 from a creator with credibility and social proof. Price range? $17 to $297, depending on the complexity and specificity. What you need to start? Identify what you keep building over and over in your work. The thing you make for one client that every client needs. Package it. Sell it. Stream 8. Workshops and masterclasses. The workshop is the fastest path from zero to revenue for someone who does not yet have a course built. You know something someone needs to know. You teach it live for 90 minutes to 2 hours. You charge for access. You record it. You sell the recording. You've just created a digital product and a revenue event at the same time. I've watched people run their first paid workshop, charge $97, get 20 people in the room, and walk away with $1,940 in a single afternoon with content they already knew that they've been given away for free. Price range? $47 to $997 for a live workshop or masterclass, depending on depth, outcome, and audience size. What you need to start? A topic, a registration page, a Zoom link, a date on the calendar. Stream 9, corporate training and keynotes. This is the one most solopreneurs don't consider. And it is one of the highest value opportunities available to experienced experts. Companies are desperate right now. They are navigating AI transition, workforce restructuring, culture upheaval, and leadership gaps, all simultaneously. And they are spending significant money on training programs, keynotes, and workshops to help their people adapt. If your expertise touches leadership, productivity, communication, innovation, AI adoption, change management, DEI, career development, or anything adjacent, you have a corporate training offer waiting to be packaged. The difference between a $500 workshop for entrepreneurs and a $15,000 corporate training is not the content, it's the buyer and the budget. Price range? $5,000 to $50,000 for corporate engagements depending on scope, duration, and company size. What you need to start? Reframe your existing content for a corporate audience. Build a one-page training menu. One warm introduction to a decision maker. Stream 10, consulting retainer. The retainer is what coaching becomes when your client is a business instead of an individual. You're not trading sessions. You are embedded. You are the strategic thinking partner, the advisor, the person they call before they make a decision. And you are paid monthly for that access and proximity to your thinking. Price range, $2,000 to $10,000 per month, depending on scope, access level, and the size of business you're advising. What you need to start? One client, one monthly fee, one defined scope. The retainer model almost always starts as a single conversation that goes well enough that someone asks, can we keep talking? Say yes and put a price on it. Stream 11, the mastermind. The mastermind is a peer-powered experience that commands premium pricing because the value is not just you, it's the room. A mastermind is 12 to 24 people at similar levels of business, meeting regularly, sharing wins, working through challenges, and holding each other accountable to extraordinary outcomes. The key is curation. The mastermind only works if people in it are peers worth having. Your job as the facilitator is to hold the container, provide strategic input, and protect the quality of the group. Price range, $5,000 to $50,000 per year, depending on access level, meeting frequency, and the caliber of participants. What you need to start? A clear criteria for who belongs, an application process, a founding group of 5 to 8 people at the right level, one kickoff retreat or session. Stream 12, podcast monetization beyond ads. Most people think podcast income means ad revenue, and ad revenue is real, but it's one of the least powerful ways to monetize a podcast. The more powerful moves, premium episodes behind a paywall, affiliate partnerships with products you actually use, a private podcast for your paid community, a corporate sponsorship with a brand aligned to your audience, listener coaching calls promoted through the show, a paid course offered exclusively to subscribers. Your podcast is a trust-building machine, and trust converts to revenue in every direction, as long as you have offers to convert it into. What you need to start? A mic, a topic, a consistent publishing schedule. Stream 13, affiliate income. This one is passive in the best possible way. You are already recommending tools, platforms, books, and resources to people in your world. You're doing it for free. Every time you say, I use Kajabi for my course platform, or I use Go High Level, that is an affiliate opportunity you may not be capturing. Kajabi has an affiliate program. So does Go High Level. So does Canva. Most of the tools you already use and love. The integrity version is this. Only affiliate for things you genuinely use and believe in. Your audience trusts you, and that trust is an asset. Protect it. Price range. Passive. 20 to 40% recurring commissions on most SaaS tools you're already recommending for free. What you need to start? Sign up for the affiliate programs of the tools already in your stack and the links. That's it. Stream 14, licensing your framework. This is the one that separates thinking like an employee from thinking like an intellectual property owner. If you have a proprietary framework, a name methodology, a system, a process, other coaches and consultants and trainers may want to use it, and you can charge them to do so. Licensing means they pay you a fee, annual or per use, to teach your framework to their clients. You get paid without doing a delivery. They get credibility from a proven system. Everyone wins. This is the long game version of your new network. When your framework is documented, named, and known, it becomes an asset that earns without requiring your presence. Price range? $500 to $5,000 per license per year, depending on the framework's reach and reputation. What you need to start? A named, documented framework, a licensing agreement, a community of potential licensees who already know and trust your methodology. Stream 15, AI products built on your expertise. This is the stream that most excites me, and the one I'm uniquely positioned to talk about because I've been building these systems for years. Creators and experts are now building custom AI tools trained in their own knowledge. A custom GPT, a branded chatbot, a prompt library packaged as a product, an AI-powered audit tool. One creator built a custom GPT packaged with all her baking and business knowledge, and her customers can get their questions answered in real time, 24/7, without her being in the room. Another one built an AI job search bundle, selling passively to job seekers who need exactly that expertise. The principle behind all of these is one I know deeply. Automate first, then delegate. Except in this case, you're not delegating to a human. You're delegating to a system that never sleeps, never gets tired, and scales without limit. Your knowledge inside a tool, your expertise available on demand, your income generating without your presence. This is not the future of the knowledge economy. It is the present. And the people building these right now are establishing a competitive advantage that will compound for years. Price range? $27 to $497 for AI tools and prompt libraries, depending on specificity and outcome. What you need to start? Your documented expertise, a clear use case, a willingness to experiment. I teach this inside Trailblazers. Stream 16, signature events and retreats. This one feels big, and it is, but it doesn't have to start big. A signature event can be a half-day workshop in your city for 20 people. It can be a 2-day retreat for 12 high-level clients. It can be an annual conference that becomes the must-attend event in your niche. The data is clear right now. Live, in-person experiences are surging. In 2026, creators are increasingly building in-person events as owned income streams, not because the virtual world has failed, but because the human need for physical presence, real connection, and shared experience in a room with people who see the world the way you do, that need has never been stronger. And when you're the one creating the room, you're not just an expert. You're the convener. That is a different kind of authority. Price range? $500 to $5,000 per ticket for live events. $5,000 to $25,000 for intimate retreats. What you need to start? A venue, theme, date, an invitation. The first event doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to happen. Stream 17, newsletter monetization. I'll give you my example of this. I have 2 LinkedIn newsletters, 800 subscribers each, 1,600 warmed, opted-in people who choose to hear from me. Most people with that asset are treating it like a broadcast channel. The most powerful thing you can do with a newsletter is treat it like a relationship, because newsletters monetize through trust, and trust converts into every other stream on this list. The premium newsletter model, where subscribers pay monthly for exclusive access to your thinking, is growing fast. But even before you add the paywall, Your newsletter is a conversion engine for everything else you build. Every issue points somewhere. Every issue deepens the relationship. Every issue makes the next offer land warmer. You are already doing this. Now we make sure every issue is doing something strategically on top of being valuable. Price range, $7 to $50 a month for paid newsletters. Free newsletters that convert to paid offers can generate far more than the subscription fees alone. What you need to start? You already have it. The upgrade is strategy, not infrastructure. Stream 18, Certification and Train the Trainer program. This is the one that turns your methodology into a movement. When your framework is proven, documented, and established, you can train other coaches, consultants, and educators to deliver it. They pay to get certified. They pay annually to make the certification. They become evangelists for your IP in markets you would never reach alone. This is how a methodology becomes a legacy. Not just income that lasts beyond you, but impact that multiplies through every person trained in your system. Price range, $2,000 to $15,000 for the initial certification. Annual renewal fee. Volume grows as your methodology gains traction. What you need to start? A documented methodology, a training curriculum, a cohort of practitioners who already believe in what you teach. This is a stream 3 or 4 build, not a day one offer, but you start planting the seed. Now I want to show you something important. These 18 streams are not meant to be built simultaneously. That's the path to burnout, not wealth. They're meant to be stacked strategically in a sequence that makes each one easier to build because of what came before it. Here's how I think about the stack. You start with what's fastest to revenue. For most people, that's the workshop or the one-to-one consulting or group program. Something that gets money moving before you spend 6 months building a course nobody has asked for yet. Then you build the asset, the book, the signature course, the framework that everything else can reference. Then you add the reoccurring, the membership, the newsletter monetization, the retainer, the things that generate income monthly without requiring a launch event. Then you build the passive, the digital product, the affiliate stream, the AI tools, the things that sell while you sleep. Then you build the legacy, the licensing, the certification, the signature event, the things that multiply your impact beyond your own presence and time. 5 layers, each one building on the last. The creator economy data from this year is unambiguous about this. The creators constantly hitting 10K months are not doing it through one big deal or one viral video. They are stacking complementary income streams that work simultaneously. Many of them automated, so revenue grows even when content output slows. That is the stack. And that is exactly what we build inside Trailblazer. Here's where we are, 5 days in. And if you've been watching this series, really watching it, something is happening. The fog is lifting. You're starting to see not just that you have value, but how many ways that value can be deployed. How many doors are standing open right now that you haven't walked through? How many income streams are waiting on the other side of a decision you almost keep making? The book, No Net Worth, goes into all 18 of these streams in detail, with exercises, with sequencing, with the real thinking behind how to identify which ones fit your expertise, your life, and the season you're in. It's $29.99, free shipping, ebook immediately. Link is in the description. And Trailblazers is where we build it together. Not in theory, not in inspiration, in execution. Curriculum built around the stack. Coaching to help you sequence your specific streams. Community of people doing the same work alongside you. All of it on Kajabi. All of it built to run with automation so it doesn't consume you. Founding price is $2,000. After 50 seats, it goes to $6,000. We are filling those seats right now. If 5 days of this series have been building something in you, listen to that. The link to book your clarity call is in the description. 20 minutes, real conversation. Let's figure out what your stack looks like. I want to leave you with something I just published 2 weeks ago that I keep coming back to. A researcher studying the creator economy in 2026 said this: as AI makes content production cheaper, the value of authenticity, personality, and genuine expertise increases. Personal stories, hard-won expertise, distinctive voice, community relationships. These become the scarce resources in an abundant content world. Read that again. The scarce resource in 2026 is not the content. Content is infinite. AI produces content by the terabyte every day. The scarce resource is you, your story, your judgment, your hard-won expertise, your specific way of seeing the world that nobody else can replicate because nobody else has lived your life. And we just spent 25 minutes looking at 18 ways to turn that scarcity into income. Pick one, not 18, one. Pick the one that makes your chest tighten a little. The one where you think, I could actually do that and I'm terrified to do it at the same time. That's the door. Walk through it. Come back tomorrow, day 6. We're going to talk about the SAM formula, the 3-part framework that makes your message sticky so that people share it without being asked. And if this series is doing something in you, share today's video because someone in your world is sitting on 18 streams they can't see yet. Show them the map. Let's go.